Talk radio, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the IRN USA Radio News Network, exploring exciting new programming for your station, seeking out new shows with honest dialogue, hard-hitting topics, controversial subjects, to boldly go where no network has gone before, making every broadcast day enticing to everyone within range of your signal. Shows like Viewpoint with veteran attorney, author, and pastor Chuck Christmeyer, who has an amazing ability to probe below the surface and deal with issues that most people don't even dare touch.
And I'm glad that you joined us here today on Viewpoint. Again, it's conversation with conviction, talk that transforms. We're confronting the deepest issues that touch our hearts and our homes from God's eternal perspective.
Viewpoint, heard afternoons from 4 to 5 p.m. Eastern. We've had our viewpoint. Now let's get back to our point of view. Back before Rush, O'Reilly, Matthews, and even Donahue, there was Point of View with Kirby Anderson. Kirby brings to the airwaves insight on today's events from a conservative perspective with provocative and informative radio.
It seems to me that oftentimes when we live in this world system, we buy into this world system, we become conformed to this world system, and as a result, we're not effective for Christ.
Point of View from 4 to 5 p.m. Eastern. Americans everywhere, wake up with the fast-paced, fun-filled morning magazine, Daybreak USA, hosted by Scott West and his special guests, interviews, insights, and features. Great fun for the entire family.
Good morning. Welcome to Daybreak USA. Hey, thanks for waking up with America's original radio news magazine. I'm Scott West.
Mornings, of course, from 5 to 10 a.m. Eastern. Now for your listeners who remember the golden years of radio and even the many thousands who are discovering great golden radio days, wait till they hear the golden age of radio. Vic Ives opens the archives to such greats as Bob Hope, Jack Benny, Fibber McGee and Molly, The Haunting Hour, Duffy's Tavern, and lots more.
I'm your host, Victor Ives, and we're going to turn back the clock now to relive some of the golden moments of radio's yesteryear to bring our listeners some of the greatest radio entertainment of all time.
Weekdays and weekends in the wee small hours. And wait till you hear a former politician give you the lowdown on his 2 terms in the Tennessee House of Representatives. The Matthew Hill Show shares insightful opinions of today's political meanderings that come from Matthew's own inside-out knowledge and experience.
You've got the enhanced pat-down, or you've got the naked body scan. Congratulations, there's your choice, and that doesn't really, to be quite honest, sound like much of a choice.
Weekdays from noon to 1 Eastern. And just wait till you hear The Roth Show. Lori Roth is without a doubt the Annie Oakley of the airwaves. Her hardline conservatism makes her the diva of nighttime talk. She's on from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern. She's leading the charge for millions of Americans who are declaring our situation enough already.
A major church was crushed by one of the falling towers, and they've been struggling since 9/11 to rebuild, and the port officials and things won't give them the ability to do that. But yet they would talk about putting a mosque there. What are these people smoking?
In a world where people are searching for truth in many forms and places, and millions, even Americans, don't believe that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, the time is right for them to wake up to the truth that transforms lives, as Kyle Martin hosts Time to Revive on the Information Radio Network, weekdays at 10 o'clock Eastern.
What I want to do is sit on the front porch and just have a conversation with you, because I believe biblical wisdom is the true wisdom. It's not only wise, it is true, and it will change your life.
News and Views every weekday afternoon from 1 to 3 Eastern. Hosted by one of the world's most respected economists, best-selling author, former banker, and veteran newsman, Dr. Larry Bates, and his co-host, economist, former White House aide, and author Chuck Bates. It's 2 hours of the most informative and interesting radio available anywhere.
Our challenge, our charge to our listeners this year is to pray for all of our elected leaders.
The events going on in Egypt, prior to that in Tunisia, you've seen it in Yemen. We're seeing a lot of Bible prophecy come into play. The book of Isaiah is replete with Bible prophecy as to what is really going to be happening.
This final frontier of talk radio is proudly presented by the Information Radio Network, and maybe it's still available in your coverage area. So when you're ready to usher in this great round of radio at your station or stations, call 800-829-8111, extension 1125, or log on to inforadionet.com and get your listeners ready for radio that goes where no network has gone before. Into the final frontier of talk radio.